G'day everybody, welcome to Dave's Driven. Well, today the 280 is going to strut its stuff. Now there's only about 8 bolts to get this thing attached, so apart from tightening and getting your hardware right. So really not much more than a set of hex keys, a couple of sockets with various attachments to get this job done. Bit of finesse. I say we just get this thing in there. No need for gloves and glasses. I think today we can probably just go like this. Maybe gloves and glasses. Gloves and glasses, why not? Safety first. Under the bonnet. Don't do that with your hands. Nothing to it. These are the most dirt cheap ones I could get, and I love them. I got 2 sets, and I use them for bloody everything. Insert some epic music here. Yeah, like it. Look at this. Okay. I put these plates on backwards. Back to the drawing board, Dave. Right, now that was a disaster. So we're going to put it on piece by piece. That way I can make sure I get it on in the right order and in the right fit. Here we go. Only thing left to do now, suck a bit, is to just tighten it up. I guess all we got to do now is check the main issue with the 280ZX and strut braces, hood clearance. As you can see, the design of this one sets it back away from the breather. This is the main problem you encounter. The tower strut braces that go straight across have to rise above the engine and they hit the hood. So this one, the way it's set back, angular, really low profile, like it is barely off the engine, as I've got it, and you know, might look into that. So yeah, that should help with the hood clearance issues. After that, I guess all that's left is to take this out and see how she feels. Yeah, definitely stiffer. Alright, clearance. Clarence. Oh yeah, this is ultra slick. Let me know how it goes. I think that worked out quite well. Okay, here it is, our first slight fitment issue. The Series 2 bonnet. All in America and Japan and everywhere else that was cool that got a turbo engine. The turbo bonnet has the air inlet. We've got a little bit of clipping here where it's just hitting the brace. So to show you a bit better, this portion right here. Now, I think I'm actually just going to go ahead and trim that. That'll resolve the whole issue. Let me just... Now I know what you're thinking. Why break a perfectly good bonnet to make this fit? But twofold things. This bonnet ain't perfectly good. It is pretty bad. And to that effect, I actually have another one in storage that I'm gonna be putting on. So for the sake of this tiny bit of plastic here, which on the non-turbo model in Australia doesn't really have to worry about vapor lock, I think I can sacrifice that little bit to make this fit. Yeah, trim this little bit of plastic off, one of my favourite tools. A little rotary Dremel. Yeah boy! That worked out pretty well. Let's have a look. Suction cup. As you can see, I only took off a small amount, allowing the clearance I needed. Really was only trimming this much, and I mean, come on. You can't tell. Although having said that, I'm thinking about trimming this entire piece off, because seeing that brace looks a whole lot cooler than that tiny bit of plastic. Yeah, I reckon that's what I'm going to do. But for now, test drive. Initial thoughts straight away. I'm not sure if I can actually hear the engine vibrating on the bar, because I know they're real close. But we're going to do our first turn and first go. Let's have a look. Now we're going to see just how rigid this front end is and how confident it is. Let's see Datsuns on coilovers drive over cobblestone street like that. That was nice, wasn't it? The things that you'd really like, yeah, get you excited. So the feel of the car right now is different. Now the pause on that is only because I wanted to say slightly, but it's more than slightly different. With all the T3 suspension components, solid steering coupler, everything I've done so far, it's been like incremental kind of improvements, like bop, 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 bop. But with this tower brace, the strut brace here, it brings that like to this side of the car. Everything's been like underneath, so to speak, you know? And now the top is as solid as the bottom, so it kind of really balances that out, whereas previously it felt really rigid, and at the bottom, but you kind of got a little bit of that top sway. It's really, really tough to kind of explain, unless you drive a 280ZX and you know what I'm talking about. Through corners, through turns, still feels fantastic thanks to all of the upgrades. But I gotta say, when we went over that cobblestone laneway, cobblestone or bluestone or whatever it is, that's where you could really feel that the top and the bottom were solid and working together. That's where you didn't feel that kind of body roll anymore from the top end. Yeah, I was really surprised by that actually. We'll check when we stop, but I'm pretty sure there could be a little bit of rubbing on the top of the engine there, and I don't know if that's up to my installation or not, but definitely something I'm going to look into. Guys, that's it from me. My verdict, is it worth it? Yes. Now, I would imagine that without the suspension and steering upgrades that I've already done, that this tower brace would make a huge difference on a stock 280ZX, especially considering I've done all those things. I can still feel the difference, and I'm not fooling myself. Like, it's there. It's definitely there. So I would definitely say, if you're thinking about getting one, yeah, do it. One of the best, easiest mods you can do if that's your thing. Like, you know, if you're itching for something to do. Done in a day, done in an afternoon really. Limited tools, and go have some fun. Take some pics of your engine bay. Looks sick. There was only one modification needed, and that was because of the Series 2/turbo hood, and it was minor. It was a bit of plastic that big that you're not going to notice. And now that I've trimmed that part, I'm really considering going ahead and just fully trimming the rest of it, because it just looks, being able to see that strut brace, looks really cool. Looks really cool. So I'll probably trim the rest of that opening. Alright guys, that's it from me. Thanks again for watching. See you next time.